Hi, we are Alana McMahon, Katie Tillman, and Casey Lugo. We are fellows in the FAU Pine Jog Fellowship Program. The Pine Jog Fellowship is a 3-semester dual enrollment program offered through Florida Atlantic University's College of Education. During the first semester, we went to local environmental centers and listened to speakers in order to learn about the environmental issues impacting South Florida. Touring the Solid Waste Authority exposed us to the sheer amount of waste produced in our community, especially single-use plastics or SUPs. The production of single-use plastics requires energy and resources, which contribute to climate change. We learned that a plastic bottle takes over 450 years to biodegrade. What's more, the United States recycling rate averages at 34.3%. Clearly, the practice of using plastic water bottles makes for an abundance of unnecessary waste. Once we selected the issue of waste management as pertaining to water bottle usage, we decided that working with children would be the most effective way to changing water bottle use, as children are more willing to change. We then had to decide on a platform to work with children. We decided that working with a school would allow us to reach a wider variety of children than working with sports team or other extracurricular activities. Initially, we wanted to work with New Horizons Elementary School, as it is our local elementary school. However, contacting the school's administrators proved to be difficult. At this time, we learned that Pine Jog Elementary School's Eco Heroes after-school program. As the students at this program were already learning about water and waste issues through the Eco Hero program, we felt that initiating our reusable water bottle project at Pine Jog would supplement the program they're already in. We wanted to provide the children with reusable water bottles to curb their use of plastic water bottles. Initially, we wanted to order stainless steel water bottles. However, due to time and financial constraints, we decided to go with aluminum. To pay for the bottles, we sought sponsorship from local businesses. Originally, we contacted Fast Track, MCI, and Arrigo. However, Arrigo backed out when it came time to order the bottles, so we attained contact and secured Trucks Limited as a
Sponsorship was secured. We met with Alicia Torres, the coordinator of educational/training programs at Florida Atlantic University. We then established 2 successive Thursdays presented Eco Heroes. At our initial presentation, we distributed questionnaires to the kids to determine the percentage of children already using reusable water bottles, as well as to gain insight into the children's view on water and waste issues. After the surveys were completed, we gave the kids their very own Go Green reusable water bottle. At the next presentation, we discussed some of the environmental implications of using plastic water bottles and distributed a follow-up questionnaire to determine the impact of our project. We then gave the kids stickers that they can put on their water bottles as a reward for filling out the survey. Once the data was analyzed, we determined that we achieved the goal of decreasing the use of single-use plastics. Given that sometimes answers on the questionnaire would have a greater probability of being a more definitive sometimes, after we distributed the bottles, it is reasonable to compare yes answers versus yes and sometimes answers to determine a 30% increase of reusable water bottle use at home and a 37% increase at school. As by a 35% decrease in kids who think bottled water is better, our brief introduction into the environmental issues of water bottle use educated the kids on the reasons why they should use reusable water bottles. If we spent more time with the kids on a more individual basis rather than speaking to the 102 kids in a single setting of the cafeteria, our impact would have been even greater. This sentiment leaves us with the hope that if 3 high school girls could have this impact in a brief time span, then more in-depth water bottle education projects could be implemented on a wider scale to change the behaviors of Americans.
To incorporate community-based social marketing into our project, we passed out a flyer outlining the environmental and economic benefits of using reusable water bottles as an incentive. The fact that we gave the kids bottles makes reusing bottles convenient for the kids. As the counselor also have bottles, they act as role models to the student, and their practice of using reusable water bottles establishes a norm of sustainable behavior. As using a reusable water bottle is a habit that will stick with the kids, the project is inherently sustainable. Plus, we now have the logo and the bottle design, so anyone can order the bottles to continue the project in the future. After we implemented the project, we then proceeded to present to both the Environmental Club at Wellington High School and the Rotary Club of Lakeport. Going through the process of selecting and implementing our project taught us how to professionally contact both businesses and school administration. We learned what type of information should be included in the proposal, and we learned how important it is to follow up with businesses and schools. In the future, we would pursue a business that deals with the environment or water quality because they would have a greater investment in our project as it pertains to their field.